Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo, and it is April 24th. I'm back. Took yesterday off, spent some time with my wife and my daughter. Had a really good day, feeling refreshed. We have a 3-game NBA slate today, and I've got 4 picks. I'm kind of in a hurry today, so I'm going to try to get through this video kind of quick. These are the 4 plays that I'm liking for today, though. I'm liking what I'm getting on Prizepicks better than Underdog. But I pivoted on some options on Underdog, but we're going to be going with Tobias Harris over 6.5 rebounds, getting this on Prizepicks and Underdog. Aaron Gordon, we're also getting this on both platforms, 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Jalen Brunson, I love this 9.5 field goals made. That's my favorite play. So taking that for more on Prizepicks. On Underdog, they don't have it, so I went with his points assists over 35.5. I do like that points assist play quite a bit, though. Let me make sure that's what I got. Yeah, 35.5. And then Cade Cunningham, I'm taking this 0.5 dunk on Prizepicks. Love it. And then that's not available on Underdog, so I'm going with his rebounds and assists over 14.5. Also really like that play a lot. That was actually on my radar first. And then I saw that he had a dunk for just 0.5 and looked into it. Love the play. So that's what I'm going to be going with. If you guys haven't signed up for Underdog yet, use code JRUSSO, and they're going to give you up to $1,000 in bonus cash plus a free pick for just for signing up to help you cash that first slip. And they're running this awesome promo called the Extender. So I'm not using it on today's slate because they give you, a little bit of time with each promo. So I'm probably going to wait till tomorrow and add it to that slate. But yeah, the Extender should be at 60% now. So 60% boost token if you've been playing the Extender promo. So I would imagine they're going to keep this going for a while. But if any of these series go to 7 games, we're going to get all the way up to 100% boost token, which is going to be really exciting. So yeah, sign up for Underdog. All that information is down below. Unfortunately, since they're making all these updates to the platform, where I live in North Carolina, the desktop is not available at the moment. I'm talking with support about what I can do to get the desktop displayed again, because I like to show you guys on the screen what I'm getting into. But yeah, that's what I'm going with on Underdog. One more time: Tobias Harris 6.5 rebounds, Aaron Gordon 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists, Jalen Brunson 35.5 points, assists, and Cade Cunningham 14.5 rebounds and assists. I always put all of the slips down below in the description, so you should be able to just click the Underdog slip there and it'll auto populate, and you can decide whether or not you want to take it or swap some stuff out or use some of the plays, whatever you guys want to do. So yeah, that covers everything. If you guys don't mind, do me a favor, like the video, drop me a comment. Still been dealing with YouTube randomly restricting my videos. So I'm crossing my fingers every day when I put out a video that they're not gonna restrict my reach and put all these, they make people sign in to watch the videos and different things like that. So all of the likes and comments help a lot for me to push through some of these barriers. All right, so let's start getting into the plays. Tobias Harris. I love this play, 6.5 rebounds. I know that it was just this one game that he popped off, but can't ignore the 13. We were already pretty high on his rebounding. Let's look at the head-to-head. Yeah, it's a 0.5 bump from where you would expect it to be, but he has a great history here against New York. He's cleared this 6.5 56% of the time. And a lot of these he's going for 8 or more. So every time he's cleared it, he's gone for 8 or more rebounds. He had 13 in that last game. It was awesome. Wasn't the type of game I was expecting. I was really surprised that the Knicks strayed away from doubling Cade. They started to bring that back a little bit in the second half, but in game 1, they were doubling Cade so hardcore. They were keeping Cade from getting into rhythm offensively, and Cade just absolutely ate. So that kind of messed with the picks we had for game 2. With the role players, but Tobias definitely got it done still for us, and dude went for 13 rebounds. That's just wild. So I love this 6.5. If I end up making a demon slip, that's probably something that I'll be looking at, is maybe bumping his rebounds up to 7.5, or maybe even a crazy YOLO and go for 8.5. But yeah, in these last two games in the head-to-head, he had 14 rebound chances and 16 rebound chances. The difference was he was just pulling down. 13 of 16 opportunities is really efficient in the paint, and he was just kind of chilling there. He was getting all the loose balls. So I expect him to at least get a 7 tonight is kind of what I'm thinking here. Let's take a look here. So his minutes, 30 minutes a game. But these two games in the playoffs so far, he was at 39.8 minutes and 43 minutes. So he's one of the guys that is not going to get his minutes changed regardless of who's healthy and who's not. He's averaging 10 rebound chances over these last 5. We know that's kind of inflated because of these two playoff games. But that's what we're looking at is the playoffs. This play has expected value according to Outlier. So feeling good about it. Don't really have to dive too deep into this one. Let's take a look at Daily Grind, see what they think about Tobias. All right. Though there's the rebounds at the top play for him. They love that the best. 6.5, they have it at a 52.15% odds to the over -127. Pinnacle has it at a -133. Pinnacle thinks this is going over. BetMGM -135. It's looking pretty solid. They like his rebounds and assists over 8.5 too. You could take that. It's a 50.9% odds to hit the over -123. They like his points rebounds over. That's what we took last time. We took it at 21.5 and he cashed that easy. It wasn't like he absolutely crushed it, but it wasn't a sweaty play at all. They have it at a 50.75% odds to the over -121. So those are the main pivots if you didn't want just the rebounds alone. But let's talk about Cade here. So with the rebounds and assists, he's done this in both games so far. He went for 18 in game 1, 15 in game 2, and that was primarily rebounds. Dude had 12 rebounds. That was an absolutely missed opportunity. You could have cranked up his rebounds and gotten a ridiculous multiplier. Obviously, it's hindsight. He had 12 assists, 6 rebounds in game 1, and then they weren't doubling him. So he was just scoring the whole time. He didn't need to assist the ball much. He only had 3 assists, but he had the 12 rebounds in game 2. So I think we might get a little bit of both tonight, but I like the fact that so far in both head-to-heads, in the playoffs, he's cleared this one way or another. So 14.5 seems doable to me. And then on top of that, the last game before the playoffs started, he went for 18 against Milwaukee. So he's got 3 straight games now with 15 or more rebounds and assists. So I'll take that on Underdog since I can't get the dunks. But the dunks, let's talk about them because I love this play. So first of all, he's had 6 dunks in his last 5 games. That's great. If you look at the head-to-head, 6 dunks in the last 4 games versus the Knicks. So, 4 straight games totaling 6 dunks. And then, if that's not enough to sell you on it, if you look at his last 6 home games, he's gotten a dunk in 5 out of his last 6 home games. So we're playing at home. Great history in the head-to-head, and he's already been dunking a lot more. I also low-key like his free throws a little bit because he's been a problem in the paint, and so if they do increase defense, he's probably going to get to the line a little bit. I just don't understand. I've talked about it a lot, but I don't understand the change in approach defending Cade Cunningham. They let him get like white hot before the half when they started to adjust, doubling him more. And we saw I like Mikal Bridges, but it was working so much better when they were just like assigning OG Anunoby to Cade. And say what you want, the Knicks were tailing most of game 1, but they ended up locking in the fourth quarter and they won that game. Now they changed their approach and they ended up losing that game. They didn't have their rally at the end. They had Cade just absolutely on fire by the time they tried to make adjustments. So, we'll see how it goes tonight, but Cade just looks like he's not going to be stopped right now. Even if they make those adjustments, I think Cade is going to have a good night. I think he's going for at least 1 dunk because these guys are a good defending team. He has a lot of fast break opportunities. So I think he's going to break off a fast break and dunk at home, especially playing at home. So I like him to get at least 1 dunk tonight with the amount of problems he's causing in the paint. I think one of those buckets will be a dunk. So I love that play, taking it for more. Let's take a look at Daily Grind. I don't think the dunks will be on here. but they love the rebounds and assists. So you could take that if you don't want the dunks. 14.5, they have it at a 53% odds to hit the over, -133. They're calling that his best play on the board. They like his points, assists. So do I. 51.46% odds to hit the over on the 36.5 line. They like his points, rebounds. Why not? 34.5. He had 12 rebounds in that last game. They like him for 1 block. They're liking a lot of Cade tonight. They've got his free throws at a 50-50 shot. It's at 5 on Prizepicks. It's at 4.5 on Underdog, but Underdog's giving you a 0.86, multiplier. So they're not giving you the full multiplier there, but the 4.5's super tempting. I even think the 5 looks good. He needs to get to the line. The dude shoots really good from the free throw line, so I think he's going to get to the line 3 or 4 times tonight. I would have to guess like once a quarter, maybe he'll be shooting a free throw. I would say that's not crazy. I think he had 10 free throws in his last game. Let's take a look here real quick, and then we'll move on because I got to wrap it up soon. Yeah, so the history there. Well, this isn't the head-to-head. Let's look at the actual head-to-head. The history there is not the worst thing ever, but he had 10 in that last game. So he probably got to the line like 5 times, I'm guessing, or maybe some and ones, We'll see how many times he got to the line. But other than that, 3 straight head-to-heads without getting it, but he did get to 4. But he's only cleared it. He's only cleared the 3 out of 8 head-to-heads. But I mean, yeah, he was a problem. We'll see. So I don't hate it. Obviously, I didn't choose that play for the video, so that tells you how much I like it, but I am curious about it for sure. All right, let's keep it rolling. Aaron Gordon. I really like this play a lot. So if we take a look at his last 5, we'll start there. Expected value from outlier. He's cleared it 4 out of his last 5. He didn't get it done in the last game. And these are, this is Sacramento, okay. Memphis, yeah, you should be having a good game against Memphis if you're a forward. Houston, okay, that's impressive, 28. And then 34 against the Clippers in game 1, and then 21 against the Clippers in game 2. But here's what I'm really looking at. If you look at the history, okay, so it's not the head-to-head that was popping off to me. Well, let's talk about this too, because Michael Porter Jr. is a game time decision. He was able to practice on Wednesday. He's dealing with a shoulder injury. At the end of game 2 is when he suffered the shoulder sprain. So I think he plays, but I just think that Aaron Gordon is going to be a little bit more relied on. Like we said, like 4 out of his last 5, so he's already been in rhythm regardless of what the head-to-head looks like. He's already been getting this done. Let's look at this note from Outlier. It also looks great on the road. So he's exceeded 23.5 PRA in 7 straight games on the road. He's averaging 31.6 on the road. Now, he had a massive game against Golden State and then the Lakers, and it's kind of been trending down a little bit, but he didn't get under that 23.5 line on these road games. So I think he's already been shining on the road. That's kind of my take here is he's already been shining on the road, averaging just 33 minutes in these games on the road. And now he's playing on the road in a really important situation here, in the playoffs. Plus, maybe we have a Michael Porter Jr. that is not at 100% even if he plays. So yeah, he played 38 minutes in game 2, 45 minutes in game 1. I believe it went to overtime, right? Yeah, so you can't count on 45 minutes, obviously. But my point is I think he's getting at least 35 minutes tonight. Over these last 5, he's averaging 37 minutes a game. Field goal attempts, he's averaging 15.8, but we know that he had this one big game against Memphis where he just was able to eat. But yeah, so it looks like the more reliable average is around 13 to 14 attempts. But he shot 57% in game 1, 38% in game 2. Let's see, is he taking threes? He is. He's not really doing anything special from beyond the arc. 3 straight games with 3 attempts and 1 made. So he's shooting 33%. So that's not too exciting. Free throws. He only got to the line 3 times in game 2, but he cashed all 3 of them. And then he got to the line took 10 shots, so he didn't get to the line 3 times, but he took 3 free throws, went 3 of 3, and then took 10 in game 1 and shot 80%, cashed 8 free throws. So yeah, this is just feeling solid. It's EV on Outlier, and there's enough narrative there to make me like this at just 23.5. Let's take a look at Daily Grind. Well, they don't like his points, and they don't like the PRA. Let's see if we can find what's going on here. 23.5. Yep. Everybody's got it at a 50-50 shot or just slightly favored to the under. So go with your gut. I like it at 23.5. And he's actually pretty capable when he needs to, of assisting the ball pretty decently. I know he hasn't been as much lately, and it's really just been like Jokic and, Jamal Murray. They're obviously the main facilitators. But let's just take a look here. Let's look at his assists. Yeah, so he's been volatile lately, but he is capable of having games like this just 4 games ago, where he can pop off for 5 assists. Let's zoom out a little bit more than that. Yeah, see what I mean? You've got, he goes on these little runs where he had a 5-game stretch where he had 4 or more assists. He had this game against Golden State where he had 8 assists. So it's just kind of like what's working, So we'll see if that affects things a little bit with Porter not being at 100%. But I'm taking the full PRA. Let's look for some pivots in case you guys want something else. They do like his point. Well, no, they don't like the points rebounds either. They're just taking all unders for Gordon tonight. I don't really understand, but you guys can go with your gut. You don't have to take all of these plays. I was really excited about this play, but the data, they're not feeling it as much. All right, so we'll start with the Jalen Brunson points assists. It looks great. It's not the type of pivot, since I can't get his field goal attempts on Underdog. It's not the type of pivot that I'm like bummed about. He's still cleared this 78% in the head-to-head. So 7 of 9 games he's cleared it. Every time he cashes, he's gone for 41 or more. So he's clearing it by a significant margin, keeping us real comfortable. He's almost hitting it on points alone in a lot of these games. So the head-to-head looks great. And then if we look at the last 5, 3 out of his last 5. But yeah, you're kind of wrapping up the season here, against Detroit and Cleveland. And then as soon as the playoffs start, game 1, game 2, he goes for 42 and 44. Now we've seen some of these games where he's opening up the game like 3 of 10 or 3 of 11, and he's still in the second half finding his rhythm and going nuts. So he's very reliable. He's gone for 34 and 37 points, even in some of these games that he gets off to a bad start. Let's take a look here. Yeah, see 27 attempts in both of these games. That's crazy. And ended up just shooting 44% because of the somewhat slow starts. He shot 4 of 12 from beyond the arc in game 2. I think game 2 in particular was one that he started slow and then turned things around. And he's still assisting the ball pretty decently in this series. 8 assists, 7 assists. So I really do like the points assists a lot. These field goals made though, I gotta do it. So yeah, he's gone for 12 field goals made, and this is with a lot of attempts. This is shooting 44%. So if he starts hot and stays hot on the road tonight, I think that he's going to get us at least double digits as far as field goals made. So 9.5 is just super juicy to me. He's cleared it 3 out of his last 5. He's got 1 game where against Cleveland, 1 more bucket would have gotten it done. Let's look at, well, they're not showing that since on attempts, but yeah, 12. And then if you look at the head-to-head, it looks beautiful. 89% hit rate out of 9 games. So 8 out of 9 games, he's cleared this, gone for 10 or more. And 3 out of his last 4, he's gone for 12. So cleared it by a significant margin. He only played 30 minutes in this game against Detroit when they were wrapping up the season. He only had 5 made field goals, but I just think this is almost disrespectfully low for Jalen here. So just for fun, let's look at the 2024 season. Okay, so I guess he's having some spike games, but not really doing it that often. 40% on the season. We know the playoffs are very different. He's going to be a lot more aggressive. Let's see away games in 2024. 45. So it goes up a little bit for away games. Let's see when he's getting 35 minutes at least. So at 35 minutes, it's up to 48% on away games. Yeah, so about a 50% clip on 35 minutes over the 2024 season. Let me take these dials off. There was one more note I wanted to show you guys here that I can't remember now. Oh, well, if it comes back to me, I'll throw it in the comments. But let's take a look at this play on Daily Grind. All right, they like his rebounds and assists as the best play over 10, 52.06% odds to the over -129. They don't like the PRA. They like his 3-pointers over 2.5. They like his assists over 7. They like the points assists, 50.78% odds to the over -121. They like the points rebounds, the points. They just don't like the PRA because you're probably getting a 0.5 bump for putting them all together. I think that's crazy though. He's gone for 42 PA alone in every game in this series so far. So thinking he's not going to go for it. I know he doesn't rebound that much, but thinking he's not going to hit that PRA. This is why you can't always go off of what like the sharp betting data is showing you. It's a tool to implement, and I love doing it. I make probably a sharp bet slip every day and throw it in our premium Discord. But and they're a lot of fun. You can make them quickly. But sometimes you got to just look at the narrative and dive into Outlier and look at the stats and see what they've been doing lately. But yeah, there's a lot I like for Brunson tonight, and I think he's going to get us. I'll be shocked if he doesn't get us 10 made buckets tonight. So yeah, if you guys want to check out Outlier, you can try this out for free. Just sign up through the link below. They're going to hook you up with a week just to get to know it, see how you like it. And they're always making improvements to this app as well. The Pro is awesome. If you end up going for the Pro subscription, they give you so much more. Like I still like the basic as far as like having access to looking at the numbers. But if you get into the Pro and you use these tools like the EV Plus tool, and you can get into arbitrage and just all sorts of stuff on here if you really want to. That's killer as well. But yeah, try it out for free. See how you like it. Sign up through the link below. You don't need to put a code in. They're going to hook you up. And for Daily Grind, use code JRUSSO. You'll get 25% off of however long you want to make your first subscription for whatever tool you want to use it on. You can use it on all the tools. You can use it on, just one if you want. But 25% off at dgfantasy.com when you use code JRUSSO. All right. So this is not for today. This is for tomorrow, but they're loving Drew Holiday over 17.5 PRA, 54.76% odds to the over -141. I will try to look for games that are today. So they're feeling Desmond Bane under his fantasy score by quite a bit, 54.04% odds to hit the under. Heavy juice to the under. We got Derek Jones Jr. over 9.5 PRA. That does look good, man. That looks really good. 53.85% odds to the over -138. What else we got here? Isaiah Joe over 7.5 points assists, 53.74% odds to the over -140. Sure, he's an absolute sniper from beyond the arc, and he's an athletic, solid role player. So if they end up just crushing and getting ahead by a lot, I think that he'll get a lot of extra run. So 7.5. I mean, he could drop 3 threes and crush the score even without getting any assists. So I get why this is juiced over. Let's see what else we got here. Man, they like Aaron Gordon's points under quite a bit. 53.42% odds to hit the under -134. Yeah, go with your gut, guys. I have him over on his PRA, but you guys can do what you would prefer. Okay, so oh wait, no, this is not for today. So Chris Dunn, they like him over 11.5 PRA, 53.36% odds to the over -134. And what else we got here? Man, I can't wait for this next Bucks game. There's so much value to be had. I know that the AJ Green play didn't hit, lesson learned, but there's I love when you're watching playoff basketball and you're just seeing stuff like Cade Cunningham going for 12 rebounds, Tobias Harris going for 13 rebounds. And it's just like, doesn't mean it's going to happen every time. But when you see these like volatility spikes in games on these certain stats, it's just like exciting, because you guys know how much I love to make YOLOs. And when I see the needle moving up and down a lot in these games, it's just exciting, because one of these YOLOs is going to hit. I don't know if you guys saw, but I put out that 2000X YOLO the other day. It didn't hit, but it was a lot of fun. Gosh, when you can turn $5 into like 10 grand, that's so crazy. One of them's going to hit. All right. What else we got here? Yeah, a lot of these are popping up for other days. They're not feeling Zubac's points assists. They've got that at 53.02% odds to hit the under. -133. Malik Beasley points assists. 15.5. They have it at 52.96% odds to hit the over. -134. There's those rebounds and assists for Cade. Yeah, we already talked about that, but they like those. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how game 3 looks. I've been so obsessed with this Pistons and Knicks series. It's such a fun matchup to me. And so I'll be interested to see how things go in Detroit. That crowd is probably going to be going nuts with the way the Detroit Pistons have been playing. All right, so this will be the last one. Mikal Bridges, over 18.5 points, assists. They like this over. 52.75% odds hit the over, -132. And yeah, I mean, that sounds solid to me. Malik Beasley, points, rebounds, 16.5. They like that over as well. 52.72% odds hit the over, -131. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. Don't forget to like, and don't forget to subscribe. If you guys like extra plays and whatnot, if you're subscribed to my channel, I post extra slips to the community section all the time. If you want to come join the premium Discord that I'm a part of, it's the Backdoor Fantasy Sports Discord. All that information is down below. You sign up through Patreon, and then you get access to the Discord. The Patreon just runs the subscriptions. So sign up through Patreon, and then head over to the Backdoor Fantasy Sports Discord server, and every play that I put out goes directly in there first before I do anything. And then every now and again, I'll share an extra play with you guys as well. But I really appreciate the support. Enjoy this Thursday. I'm really excited for Flex Friday. Speaking of YOLOs, I'll be definitely making a YOLO tomorrow. But it's just so fun right now with the playoffs. It's tempting to do a YOLO like every day, but you got to be disciplined too. So try not to just burn through the bankroll. You know what I mean? But I hope you guys have a great day. I will catch you in the next one.